Don't cry. We're just cutting onions for this week's Crit Sandwich. Welcome to Crit Sandwich, the world's tastiest D&D podcast. Crit Sandwich is a twice-monthly podcast where four friends play 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons with random settings and plots. We will use adult language and inconsistent character voices. We do edit lightly for brevity and to make us look super fast at math. And of course, we will screw up the rules. I am your host and Dungeon Master, Casey Sears. To my left is Matt Popich.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Matt.
What question do you have for me this week?
I do. I love the questions.
My assumption was that you did.
Yeah. What's your favorite video game role-playing game?
Jeez, video game, role-playing game. Gosh, I guess you can't really beat Skyrim. My favorite game of all time, I don't know if you could call it nowadays standards, Final Fantasy VII, but Skyrim, I guess, they're very different games, but I'll say they're my top two.
Yeah.
Is that an acceptable answer?
Absolutely. Hey, yeah, any answer that comes from your heart is acceptable.
It came straight from the heart.
Straight across from the table is Chuck Ventus, who plays V, the Monster Slayer Hunter.
I do.
Or Monster Slayer Ranger.
That's right.
And Chuck, what's your favorite video game role-playing game?
I guess, well, since Matt was talking about Final Fantasy, I'm going to say Final Fantasy X. Why'd you sigh?
Yeah. We've always talked about this. You're a graphics whore.
I'm still saying Final Fantasy X. And how long ago was that? It was like
92?
No, it was like
2001,
15
2002.
years ago.
Yeah.
They're both great games.
Final Fantasy X.
Okay.
Blitzball.
My stamp of approval.
Blitzball was awful.
Blitzball was amazing.
No.
You just
Yes,
stick
it
right
was.
with that.
It was so bad.
To my right is Robbie Ponder. Actually, Robbie, I don't know if do you play a lot of video game role-playing games? What is your favorite?
Yeah, I used to back when I didn't have kids. My favorite role-playing game would have to be Star Wars Old Republic.
Oh.
Good choice.
Good choice. Good choice.
It's a good
I'm not talking about the one that's online. I'm talking about the one that's based off that.
You end up being a bad guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
For a
sorry.
very old game.
20-year-old game. You can get that on your phone nowadays.
Yeah, I think it's
yeah.
$12.
Actually, I should try to.
Great.
I never beat that game.
It's excellent.
I should probably get back
It's
into
a
it.
great game.
I'd enjoy some good Star Wars content. I would say my favorite role-playing game. It's hard. Maybe I'm a huge fan of the Super Nintendo era of role-playing games. Maybe Chrono Trigger or Earthbound.
Excellent, both. Yep.
Yeah, both are fantastic games.
Yep.
Very close to my heart.
They were Chrono, did you play any of the sequels? Because the original was so good.
I did not think Chrono Cross was very good.
I played the first,
it was well-reviewed and well-loved, but I don't understand what people saw in it.
I played the first 6 or 7 hours, but trailed off. I found it not as good.
I almost said Kingdom Hearts, but
that's a good one.
They don't.
They're still making those.
Yeah, but not like.
Yeah.
We're still waiting on the third one. But
Can you make choices in Kingdom Hearts though? You're just set on a path.
Yeah, it's pretty linear.
What is a role playing game? Let's discuss.
Dungeons and Dragons is a role playing game that you guys have been playing.
My favorite role playing game is Dungeons and Dragons.
Let's do another roll for recap here. High value wins.
Oh really?
6.
I rolled an 8. Looks like Robbie rolled a 12. I saw it.
12.
Robbie hit us all the way from the very beginning up until now. You've got 2 minutes.
The very beginning. Okay, the very beginning, we were at our little town of Scurvy Gut, which stands for the Center of Knowledge, kind of based off of that. And then there's an owl that flew in a window. We got a letter. Then we went to this island, and then the island, we met this girl named Louise. And all of a sudden, Reid found out that it was his second cousin. And then later on, they eventually stayed the night, and then we find a druid doing something. So then we didn't really know what that was. So then we went on a little field trip on a wagon with some horses, and then all of a sudden the barriers went down, and these creatures started getting loose. And in front of us was a ogre. Was it an ogre eating a Pegasus, or was it a troll? Don't remember. But they did have cave trolls. So then we took off on our cart, and then we went to a wooden tree, and in the wooden tree we shot some flares to try to escape. And then next thing you know, 2 displacer beasts came and with a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and the 2 displacer beasts forced us out of the tree and into the wagons. Then we ran away from a Tyrannosaurus Rex, which happened to be where V critically missed his bow, and we shot a web and stopped the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Then we went to this lake house, and we stayed the night in the lake house. Then we got kicked out by 12 druids, and then we went on the road and fought some wargs, and now, very suspenseful. What's the kid's name again?
Aston.
Aston. I'm going to ask that 100 more times. Aston and Yort something might happen to him. We're going to find out now.
The listeners can't see this, but his eyes just rolled straight back into his head when he did that. Like, it was really weird. Like, it went into some sort of trance.
Oh, like when I was thinking?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was just like, it's kind of creepy. But hey, thank you. That was very thorough. And that puts us...
How much time was that? I had 2 minutes. Did I hit the timer?
You beat it. You beat it.
Yeah.
Setting the scene, we see a beautiful blue sky, serene hills, tucked in between a lake and some cliff sides. And the camera is zooming in after some establishing shots of the nature to kind of a loose group of people, some children, a handful of adults, 3 brave warriors, 4, including Aston, the brave young soul, laying on the ground, eyes rolling back into his head, just a few feet away from a man in his mid-30s named Yort, also with wounds in his chest, pale, eyes closed, gasping for breath. What do you guys do?
I kneel down beside Aston, and I say, "It'll be all right. Just stay calm." And I cast Cure Wounds on him.
So what's it look like when you cast Cure Wounds?
I put my hand just kind of like on his like chest, and as I'm saying that, and just kind of you just see like an aura just kind of like form around his body.
Yeah, so as the aura forms around his body, some of his wounds kind of stitch back together. How many hit points do you heal him for?
So I roll a d8 plus my spellcasting modifier. 4 plus 5, which is 9. Or is that spellcasting modifier? Is that the same as spell attack bonus?
No.
I'm sorry, it's wisdom. I'm sorry. 4 plus 3, so 7 HP.
All right. Yes, most of his wounds heal right back up. And
Excellent.
then poor Yort, who is an adult, so no one cares if he dies.
Mm-hmm.
I'll heal him. I'll heal him.
What do you do?
Oh, man. I'm going to burn another spell slot on Yort. Ruckus, should I burn a spell slot on this guy?
That's up to you.
You can stabilize him. Like, you don't have to heal him, right?
All right, I'll stabilize
Is
him.
that possible? To like
Yeah, you can use.
get him
you can do a
back
medicine
to 1
check.
Yeah.
1 HP? Like, you don't have to heal him.
Well,
my
it gets him conscious. It doesn't get him to 1, I don't think. Unless you have like a healing kit or something stupid.
Yeah, you have to have some sort of kit or something to get him to 1, but you could stabilize him if you do a medicine check.
I'll stabilize him.
But then we're dragging him along.
Yeah, then
basically.
you're dragging a
Just
body.
heal him.
Oh, that's my 3rd spell out of 4.
Okay.
I would like to remind you that short rests are 15 minutes, long
Yeah,
rests
they're not that
are
long.
4 hours in this campaign.
Did he do anything in combat besides get knocked down?
No.
I will kneel down beside him and cast Cure Wounds again on him.
Yeah, he's definitely
because
not
they're-
uswill, but we don't want him to die. So.
Yeah.
No,
I will say
Yort is a very plain-looking, doughy man with brown hair, a little bit of scruff. Like he's not a fighter type.
I just feel like my spells
heal
will
him.
my spells will like help us survive later on, you know?
seeing as no one has decided to step up to the plate in this instance, I will step up to him and do the exact same thing.
Great.
And heal him.
So you're the group
Cure
healer.
wounds.
I'm totally checking on that.
I rolled a 7 on him plus 3, 10 HP.
Yeah, you bring him back, and the wounds on his chest start to close, and he gasps for air, coughs out some blood.
That's all right.
And
It's all
thanks
right.
you.
Ruckus wants to know why you chose to heal Yort for more than Aston. Why did you try harder on this guy?
I haven't practiced that spell in many years. Aston, I got some practice on it, I guess.
You guys wrangle the children together. They are concerned. They are visibly frightened and shaken by these wargs and kind of, keeping their distance as they approach you. Because there's just, dead wargs everywhere. And I assume you carry on
to the Basilisk Cave.
I want to talk to Aston and tell him that kind of just make sure he's aware that he is in charge of protecting the kids, but I don't want to see him on the front line of battle anymore. So
like you did good, kid, but
yeah, just kind of like we appreciate it, but like if all the adults go down, you're going to be the last standing guy. We don't want you to be up with us, basically.
So Aston is, as you're telling him this, he's taken off, part of his shirt, or actually taken off all of his shirt, and he's kind of sopping up some of the blood and things that were left over from the warg attack, and he's feeling his neck where it's been healed, where his wounds were, and he's covered in sweat. He's like, yeah, okay, all right, yeah, I'll take care of everybody else. Yeah.
Good.
And I will also do something like that with Plim Willie, but I will say, I'm proud of you, but the next time you have a chance to save everyone, and if it costs my life, I want you to take that risk. Aim true.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
I give her a little tussle in the hair. Keep walking.
All right, you guys continue on. So you follow the lake is ending and you're following the river. The morning continues. You've been walking for about an hour or so, going up the river, and you need to search for a basilisk cave. So go ahead and give me maybe a survival check to track this.
Sounds very rangery to me.
Yeah, hopefully you ever... Unfortunately, you're in hills and not in a forest.
Well, I actually have +3 to it. I guess I'll give it a shot. Okay, so that's a crit miss.
While we were traveling up here, like people that were wounded, do you say they could do like a short rest while we're coming up here? Because I know Chuck took some damage.
I got an idea.
Yeah, you guys can take 15 to take a short rest. That's fine.
We don't get spell slots back, right, with short rest. That's correct.
That's
I have an idea. I have one spell slot left. I'm going to do something called Primeval Awareness. I can use an action and expend one ranger spell slot to focus my awareness on the region around me. So for 1 minute per level spell slot I can sense if creatures are present within 1 mile of me, up to 6 if I'm in favored terrain. We're not in a forest or anything, correct?
No.
Okay. This does not reveal the creature's location or numbers, but it just tells me that they're within the area. So I would like to do Primeval Awareness to try and see if I can sense if we are close to where this cave could be.
It doesn't tell you... it's not like... Sorry, that description, it didn't say it was like tied to a certain type of monster or anything?
No, it just says...
Yeah, you're definitely within a mile of these things.
Don't you want to wait until we do our rolls before you use your last spell slot? Like, wait until we fail our rolls.
Okay. No, I'm still doing it.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Well, then do it.
can I sense, like, the basilisks? Is that what you were asking?
Yes.
If I can... Yeah, so they're close by.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of roll was it again that we're doing?
Survival. I failed mine.
Let me say that I failed mine with a 4 plus a 6 total.
So now that I know I have a sense that they're in the area, I'm going to try and look for tracks.
Okay.
To try and see if I can see where they're going. I rolled an 18 survival, I'm guessing.
That's a loaded dice.
It is. That
20
That's a loaded dice.
23. 23. Show me the basilisks.
We teleport to the basilisks.
So as you're going down this river, comes down, from the snowy parts of the mountains, you see a cluster of rocks, and to the untrained eye, it just, it looks like a bunch of angular daggers creeping up from the ground, kind of going left and right. But V notices, hey, that's not just, that's not just in shadow over there. Those lead to an underground passage. And there's a lot of some reeds and some plants and things growing up around there. There's some water streaming into or out of that cave. Actually, probably out of that cave. And you guys, but it is on the other side of the river, which isn't actually very deep. So you guys could probably wade across it or swim across it.
What time of day is it?
It's still morning.
Still morning.
Probably about, at this point, 10 a.m.
I would relay that information to them, telling them what I see, what we could do. We could possibly wade through the water and travel across that. I will suggest to the group that we take a rest to try and gather ourselves. And
Long rest?
long rest is 4 hours. It's morning time, so I feel like we would have. It's safer than at night, I guess. I don't. That's my thought process. So, but I'm not. I don't speak for the whole group, so it's just a suggestion. If we want to head in there,
well, I mean,
we have a plan.
Our worry is these druids, I guess. Like, I don't know what they're doing there, but
I'm not worried about the druids. I'm more worried about our current objective to get into the cave.
What do we know about basilisks?
Kill a basilisk, get some venom.
How hard are they?
They're going to turn us into stone, so that's a Constitution save,
Okay.
most likely. That's Robbie saying that. Reid would know that they turn to stone, and the dragon, from what I would guess, told us that the dragon said he looked upon them.
Do we know how? Like, are they high level? I have no idea. Like, what our characters know.
Do you guys want to make a history check?
Yes.
I think Reid's going to be scared of anything.
Oh man, I hit the cord and I rolled a 5 plus 1.
So you only do bad on history checks. Attack rolls are great.
I didn't pay much attention in school. So.
I also got a 5 plus 1.
Reid got a 22.
Whoa. So Reid knows something about basilisks.
Reid will tell you. I will tell you guys all about basilisks.
I was reading through some music sheets and somehow I started reading this book about
They
basilisks.
carry their snake-like, slithery style. Their venom, I believe, can undo when you get turned to stone.
So,
Casey, do you want to fill me in on
here's
some
what
more?
Reid actually says and knows. Actually, you're confused because you thought that basilisks like dry climates. And you remember a story from your childhood about an adventurer, like a 1001 Night story of like an Arabian adventurer in a desert stealing eggs from a basilisk. You definitely know that they have if you look into their eyes, they can turn you into stone.
So we want to not look in their eyes.
Yes, Ruckus, we want to not look in their eyes.
Okay. So we fight them while looking away from them?
I think I read that you look at their feet when you fight them.
That'll be our strategy then.
Don't look at them in the butt.
Okay.
That's wargs. Wargs you have to get from behind.
Yes, this is a basilisk we're talking about here. You can't just simply stab him in the ass.
All right. So where are we at right now? I know we have to go across the river to get to this area. What does the area we're at right now look like?
The area you're in right now it's flattened out. It's there's a lot of kind of like loose stone and gravel and other rocks.
It's pretty open.
Yeah, there are some small trees and stuff, but it's pretty open. Kind of goes up into a hill behind you.
I was looking for maybe if there was somewhere where the kids could hide, like a little alcove or something. But
yeah, you could probably. I mean, you could definitely fit them in between two hills, and they can hang out there, just in maybe safe enough under a tree.
Okay. Or do we want them to come with us to the other side of the river?
I would feel that we don't want any hesitation if we have to run back to them. So if the river is going to slow us down to come to them, what I feel like getting horses and wagons and kids across this river?
Well, we don't have horses and wagons, but...
Oh, we don't?
No.
We don't. We left them.
Okay.
All right, we'll leave the kids. We'll go across the river. We'll tell them, stay here. And Aston's in charge.
What
He's a
about the
hero.
adults?
Yeah, I was about to say. So,
There's like 3 adults there.
Louise looks at you and just goes,
Yeah. Louise, you're in charge. Aston, do your duties.
Sorry, Louise.
Then I'll look at Prim and just nod.
Sorry, Louise.
Give her a
Ruckus,
Yeah.
he's a druid hater. I think it's rubbing off on you.
I am.
What you got against druids?
I squint at her.
I don't like druids.
all right, so you guys wade or swim or whatever across the shallow river with ease.
Did we, real fast, did we want to do a long rest? Did we decide on that, or
Oh, yeah, or short.
should we
you
do
guys
a
can-
long rest before we leave them so we're all
Go for
together
it.
and then separate?
Yeah, if we want.
I would say let's do that.
Okay.
I'm okay. Reed's all right. I mean, if you...
You only have...
You were just
Oh, you have
complaining
two.
about using spell slots.
Yeah,
Well, if I would feel that if I used one more, I wouldn't have enough for the basilisk. But if I didn't use it, so I feel that I'm good.
Okay. Well, I have 0. So if you want to go, I'll go. I've got a short sword of death. So I'm ready
You
to
have a
roll.
short sword and you're...
How many spell spots do you
You're as
normally have?
useless as
One?
a level
I'm a
one.
ranger. I have 3.
3?
Not a caster.
What
My
kind of
God.
spells do you have that would be worth us? Do you have the
Well, if I do a
thorns?
long rest, I can switch my spell slots. So, because I have 2 of the 3, they're not very useful right now. So,
It's up to you. If you,
Yeah, I don't care. It's up to you.
Yeah, it's up to you, Chuck.
I would suggest doing it. I only need 2 hours because I do a trans. So, if you guys just want to stand around and watch me, you can do that.
All right. So we'll take a short rest and you'll take a long because it's only 2 hours.
There you go.
Deal.
I will play Song of Rest for us in the party. We know it's not needed, but I've really been waiting to play this song.
Does that give us temporary healing points?
No,
Oh, darn it.
it gives you an extra D6 on your saving throws.
What?
Yeah,
Really? That's awesome.
I'm not saving throws. Sorry, your hit dice throws. So if you use a hit
Yeah,
die,
that's
you
useless. All right, never mind.
get it. I wanted to say I was going to play it.
That's useless. Yeah, roll a performance check. Let's see how well the song is.
Oh man, I'm going to love this roll.
3. It's so terrible.
It's still pretty good though, because I am very awesome at performance. So it's 11. It's a little bit above average of what you guys listen to. Sorry guys, I'm a bit nervous right now playing here.
All right, I'm ready to roll.
You guys take a nice little break,
2 hours.
and then you cross the river
Yes.
in the midday sun, and you go past those large pointed stones, and you get further and further and further into them, and you see a passage. Actually, now that you're kind of on the other side of the stones, the passage that goes into this cave is pretty huge, which you can tell that some sort of scuffle has happened here because there are a lot of stones that look like they've been freshly broken and fallen or knocked over, and you imagine that was the dragon either coming in or out. It's there are definitely some obvious dragon claw marks and footprints that your ranger would point out.
Dragons.
And you guys go into this cave. And the cave quickly, it's very wet and at the entrance, but then it drops down and kind of gets warmer and dries out as you go slightly deeper into the cave. Who has like a light source or dark vision or
I have dark vision as a wood elf.
I don't think I can see in the dark at all. I'm checking one of my items just to check, but
Reed can't see anything down here, I guess.
all right. So what I can do, I can't see in the dark, but what I can do is walk on the ceiling. So I'm going to do that.
Oh man, I want to ride with you.
Reid, what did you say about seeing in the dark?
Reid cannot see in the dark.
Neither can Ruckus, but I am walking on the ceiling.
Can I at least see him a little bit in front of me? I'm like holding on to V's back a little bit.
So you guys are still at the entrance of the cave as it's just starting to get dark.
Oh, okay.
Like, I mean, it's, there's still light kind of coming in from behind, but it's just going to run out and you'll go into complete and utter blackness.
Right. So I'm sure
I can change the cantrip spell to light, or we can make a torch.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have a kit that lets me make a torch, so I'll go ahead and make a torch.
What is the kit?
Yeah, what's the kit? 'Cause
It's
you
one
guys
of
didn't start out with
yeah,
any
you
equipment.
Oh, we didn't. Then never mind. Nope.
Yeah, that's what
I
I was.
found
Can
thinking.
I do a survival check to see, like, look at the rocks, see if there might be anything that looks like flint or anything like that I could start, like, a spark with to create a fire?
Yeah.
I think this sounds like you're just going in by yourself, man. Good luck.
14
So,
survival, or would that be investigation?
no, survival's good.
Survival? Okay, 14 then.
You don't really, there's definitely, there's some dryish grass above the cave if you were to leave and go out, or you could light some moss on fire or something. Or if you guys want to, or if one of you wants to say that during during your short rest, you switched out some spells to something useful, you can do that too.
I have no spells.
Because I imagine you had enough time to think about, what you would need.
Yeah, don't bards have light?
We do, but we said we only rested for 2 hours because Chuck could do his little trance, so we'd have to take another 2 to get a long rest, which is fine. I would have to change out some spells. Or then we'll get all our stuff back for a long rest, and I'll change my light spell.
I guess that's our only option. Take 2 more hours.
There's nothing around to make a torch, though, that you said? No?
Not really. I mean, this is just kind of hilly, rocky areas, some grass.
You guys are both humans? What are you, Robbie?
I'm a human.
Oh, boy.
All right, I guess that's our only option. We take a long rest. I change out my spell to light.
So you guys go back to the camp area, and you're like, oh, it turns out it's really dark in caves. And Plim Willie says, before you guys take that rest, she says,
I know light.
and she lifts up her wand, and the tip of it glows.
How long does that last?
Reid takes
Plim
her
Willie's
wand.
pretty small, right?
Yeah, she's a gnome.
Why don't we take her with us?
Because I don't want her to die.
I'll put her
How
on
about
my...
we just take her wand with us?
Yeah,
put her
take
on
her
my
wand.
Hold on, put her on my back like Willow or Yoda.
Let me look up how long. Yeah, I'm not sure how long.
One object up to 10 feet cubed.
You're gonna take
sheds
this
bright
kid's
light,
like only form of
20
defense.
feet radiance and dim. Cannot have multiple instances. So it's an object. So you cast it
So
on an
she can
object.
cast it on one of your objects, but just one of you. So if you need it again, or if you need it on 2 objects,
It'll last an hour.
yeah. So you guys could have an hour to explore if you were to let her cast it on something. So what would you like her to cast it upon? Regardless, even if you take the 2 hours, she can cast it on something for you.
So I would say she casts
She can
something
cast
on
it
mine.
on. She can cast it on my short sword.
You can see in the dark. Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
can see. I think this would be something that I would want.
Necklace or anything, or
I got a tie. She can cast it on my tie.
your tie.
Yeah. Actually, I prefer that it's something I can hide back and forth. How about my animated shield?
Oh, I'm dumb. Sorry. Flame Tongue. You can use a bonus action to speak this sword's command word, causing flames to erupt on the blade. These flames shed bright light in a 40-foot radius, so it's in a dim enough in an additional 40 feet.
Okay.
The flames
Yeah.
last until you use a bonus action to speak the command word or drop it.
So you have Flame Tongue, and then do you want her to cast light on something for you so you don't have to take the 2 hours?
Well, I'll have Flame Tongue, but it casts light in 80 feet total. That's all pretty far away, so... Like, he can see my light. It's not just my light.
Yeah.
Okay. So do we want to ignore the whole going back to camp part?
Sure.
So you guys walk into the cave, and it starts getting dark. And Matt, Friar Ruck says,
Draconis.
and the flame blade bursts into flames and sheds a a light that lets you see, 80 feet, but 40 feet clearly?
40 feet regular light and bright light. 40 feet bright light, 40 and then 40 feet after that it is dim light.
Okay, yeah. You get a pretty good view of everything as you're walking through this cave.
Ain't no going down here stealth.
Yeah, that's not happening. Oh well. That's why V should go in by himself.
I can handle this whole adventure by myself. I'll call for you if I need you.
Just take that short sword with you, it'd be fine.
You get to a fork where the left seems like there is maybe a bit more wetness and dampness and water dripping down, and to the right where there is, it's kind of, drier. Like it kind of, the water like comes from the left and then goes behind you to the mouth of the cave, but then to the right, it kind of twists and turns down. Which way do you want to go?
Left is for losers.
Quit saying inside jokes.
It's funny. All right. Which way?
V, track, see which way the basilisks go.
Yeah, I'll do a survival check. I'll look for tracks, basically, to see if I can find anything basilisks related. I rolled a 2.
Dude.
You don't know. You don't see anything.
Don't see anything.
Reid, didn't you say they like drier climates?
They do like drier climates, and it seems to be getting drier as we're going further down.
So to the right was the drier way. I guess that's my only thought here. I don't know.
Can you taste the dryness in the air? Can I do a roll to see which way is more dry?
The left,
I already told you.
has one.
The right is more dry than the left.
The air to the right tastes drier. Let's go.
Are you a snake? What? How did you say that? I don't.
Can you taste the dryness? What? All right. Let's just go right. I think you make a good point.
It seems more.
Not all of us learned how senses work in kindergarten. It's fine.
It seems more moist on the left side. Let's go right.
You were absent that day when they taught you that you can't taste. Never mind. Go ahead.
You can too. It's the smell of water.
We're not smelling. We're tasting. Isn't that what you just said?
In the air.
You want to stand in front of a humidifier?
All right. Anyways.
Okay.
You guys go to the right.
Yes.
Smells like shower to the left. Let's go right.
You actually, as you're going down, it's curving around. It's very quiet. I assume you guys are moving quietly.
Yes.
Stealthfully.
Full of stealth.
And you see a dim light coming down from like around a bend in the cave.
Do you want me to travel ahead? I can move stealthily, and I'll kind of acknowledge my boots of the Elvenkin.
Yeah, and I'm gonna sheath flame blade or flame tongue.
Okay. So give me a stealth check here.
I was looking at something for difficult. There was something that where if I move stealth like by myself, I can
V,
move at
before
normal
you
speed,
go.
So.
V, before you go, I want to inspire you to be better. You are so awesome. Take some bardic inspiration, sir.
Thanks. So I'll travel down stealthily up to that area.
Okay.
So, do you want me to roll a stealth check?
Yes.
Okay. I think I have advantage with these boots.
Yes. I would assume so.
19? I rolled an 11 plus 6, that's 17. So 19.
You walk around to around the corner, and the source of light is not from a flame or a torch or anything. It is from a long snake-like creature with human arms curled up into a ball, like it's coiled up, and it's on, it's red and orange, and it's lit. It has flames coming off of its body, and it is actually curled up in between two basilisks. And you don't notice either of the other you notice the two basilisks curled up next to this thing that is called a salamander in between the two basilisks. Okay. And you also notice a third basilisk that seems to be dead in the corner of this kind of big open space where these creatures are all sleeping.
Does it look like it was killed by the dragon? Like
Probably.
dragon wounds? Okay.
Probably. Actually, if you're looking at all of the creatures, if you once you get close enough, you do notice that they're all not in like great shape.
Okay.
The basilisks have, they look like they've been burnt, probably from, the dragon's breath, or have been slashed.
So it looks like they're trying to get a long rest in, basically.
It looks like they're trying to get a long rest in after they were in a fight with a dragon last over the evening and in the early morning.
You gonna make a move, or are you gonna come? And
I was
get
going to
us?
say I'm too far away for you guys to see me, correct?
Well,
We can't see
pitch
anything.
black.
We're in pitch blackness.
Yeah. I'll travel back to them stealthily to... Pussy.
No. This is good because if we're going to get their venom, what the heck is he going to put it in?
We'll figure that out when
No,
it comes to it.
we've got a dead one over there already. All we got to do is have Chuck go over there.
I guess so. I guess I could stealth in.
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't understand. Okay. Do I know much about, can I do like a... I don't know if that's a history check or survival check as far as like how to extract venom from a basilisk. Do I just need a tooth, I guess?
Give me maybe some sort of intelligence check, actually.
Oh, boy. A 20. Crit.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's a gland you could remove, probably, and if you knot that off, you could probably just bring it right in the gland. Bring the whole gland, tie off the end, or pinch it off in some way that you could just bring that with you.
How big are the basilisks?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me look at this manual of monsters.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, if it's like monstrous or...
It's a medium-sized monstrosity.
So how many, could he drag it back to us, I guess?
I don't think I could.
No.
Have you seen my strength?
No, that's
Yeah.
not your strongest suit.
And if you did, it would be very noisy.
Yeah. Well, I'd say
I'm going to sneak in.
Yeah. Here. So you don't even need like a bottle or anything.
No, he just said I need to extract that, cut out the gland and...
The
All right,
gullet. Get into the gullet.
Make it happen, Captain.
I'm going to try and sneak in to that one that's dead and extract the venom from its gullet, yeah. Stab into it with my short sword if I can get close enough, so...
Sure. I want you to make one more stealth check for the slicing, the surgery that you're doing.
Okay. That's a 5. 6, 14.
Do you have bardic inspiration? If
That
you
is
wanna-
right. I will use it. What is the D8?
D6.
D6. I will use it in this instance. I rolled a 4.
Good.
So 8, what is that, 18 total?
You kneel down on the other side of this deceased basilisk and slide your sword in behind the jaw. And it's been a while. It's been a long time since you've skinned any sort of monster. But you trace your hand along the bone and the jaw. You find a soft spot and you slice it open. And you reach in and you feel around. You feel a sack in there. And you're like, this might be it.
Gotta cup that sack.
Yeah.
This feels right.
Can't ignore it.
Oh gosh.
And you know what I want? I want one more check from you. I want a sleight of hand check to make sure you remove this thing without rupturing it.
Gosh. You already used your inspiration.
Already used it. No.
Don't screw it up.
Yeah, that's so good.
14 plus 4, 18.
So you slice, you take some couple long slices trying to look and find where this thing is. You never cut too far into the beast, and you see this grayish, yellowish thing, and you snip it out, and you pull this. It's quite large.
Can I tie it off and throw it over me like a satchel?
Sure.
Yeah,
And you reach in under its throat, and then all this great gushy, squishy sounds as you pull the other, because it's two, one on each side, and you pull the second, almost, satchel-like sack out of this thing's neck, out of its throat.
Yeah, I'll tie it off and throw it over me and sneak back to my compadres back in the tunnel.
So, you sneak right out of there.
V the hero!
Oh, yeah.
Let's get out of here.
Flame blade is ignited once again.
And once we're far away from,
Yeah, you're like holding hands. Well,
Like,
holding hands. And,
What's happening?
we're in a train and holding train.
Yeah, having V lead you out
Yep.
because he's the only one that can see until you get far enough to light the blade again.
Yep.
And you guys cross the river, sacks in hand.
Yes.
I guess we'll head back to the warehouse and then try and, assuming we get there.
Well, we get to the group first.
Yeah,
right?
we go back to the group and then try and go back to the warehouse and see if the druids are still there and hopefully get eyes on them from far away before they see us.
You guys go back to the warehouse, or back near the warehouse, and who are the scouts maybe on top of a hill looking down to see what's going on?
I'll see farthest, so I guess that'd be V again.
Is that a perception?
Maybe an investigation check.
I'm pretty crappy at investigation, but I'll look.
I don't think anybody's good at investigation.
I'll take a look. 19 plus 1, 20. That's right.
That dice.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
That dice is
We're
so
on
rigged.
hot tonight.
I guess all those bad dice rolls you got out of the way.
Finally.
So you see two druids on the roof, but you do notice that there's only one canoe left.
Oh.
Sounds like they just left him there to guard the place.
Yeah.
I only see 2 druids.
You still
Only
got
one
that,
canoe.
still got that charm person loaded up?
I do.
Yeah.
Looks like we're... I don't know. It looks like they left, but why would they be there? They must be guarding the area.
Well, let's first we'll worry about boiling it and getting it ready, and then once we have it ready, we'll go see what we can do about these druids. Because don't we have to boil the blood or the gland or whatever?
He said set it aflame or set it
cleanse it with fire.
Cleanse it with fire. And then feed it to him, or I don't know.
The dragon is still on the roof too, just to be clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there? Do we notice any ladders that go directly up to the roof rather than having to go in?
The only ladder for the roof was on the inside, but a skilled climber could just scale the side of the stone building and get to the top.
Sounds like ruckus.
That could be really any of us. but yeah.
Acrobatics or athletics, I guess, is climbing.
Yeah, I'm +6 in acrobatics.
Same here.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like really any of us. I'd say we go up together if that's the case. But we need to boil it first, or do whatever, cleanse it with fire.
Do we need to boil it first?
We have to cleanse it with fire.
Just cleanse it with fire with your sword when we get there.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, sure. I don't know.
I don't know either. Do we need to cleanse it and like put it in a potion?
Let's maybe think about that for a little bit. Can we roll something?
Maybe an arcana?
Arcana?
I imagine potion making and these sorts of things.
Do we
would be
all roll
arcana.
on it since we're all kind of talking about it, like trying to
Yeah.
think?
Okay.
And maybe
Or-
even...
Or we could just assist one
We
person.
can just let Chuck roll and just get it out of the way.
Yeah. I got a 7.
Reid got a 19.
I got rolled a 2, so I'm not very knowledgeable. Like I don't.
You see, guys, I know all about these basilisk things, the way they like drive
do.
in.
Wait, who was the highest roll?
Reid got a 19.
So Reid thinks back about that basilisk story from his youth. And you want to say in that story, the guy that stole the basilisk eggs, also, there was also a part of it where he drank a potion before he went and, to steal the basilisk eggs, and they boiled some of their venom, and then he drank it in order to protect himself from the petrification.
Sounds like we got to boil it, or set it flame, boil it, feed it to the dragon.
But the dragon is stone. He can't drink it. You're going to get in the dragon's mouth and put it in his mouth?
Who is that? It's
Yeah,
like a
where'd
new
that come
voice.
from?
It's a whole new
Where'd
voice.
that come from?
Are you going to put this potion in the dragon's mouth,
Okay,
Reid?
We'll probably just rub it on his skin too.
Rub it,
Inconsistent voices. It's in the
It's in the disclaimer.
rub it on its dry stone skin.
Sounds
All right,
good.
can we move on?
Yes,
Please.
please. Let's move.
Oil?
Well, what do you want to do? Do we want to go? in?
Rock.
Do we? Well, Friar, do we want to go in swords a-blazing, or do we want to try and use some charisma here?
I think the first thing we do is boil it and then get up there, and then just in case things go badly with the druids, we can just free the dragon right then, and then we'll have that on our side.
I don't have anything to boil it in or keep it in. Do you? Does anyone? We might have to find something in that building. Anyone have any sort of like flask or something, or?
Matt has a potion, but we'd have to use the potion.
Yeah.
You guys would say, if
Let's ask the kids.
there are some buildings nearby that you could search for supplies and things like that.
Oh, okay.
Or if you were to, just seeing what you saw in the warehouse, you could probably take some chunk of metal and take hay and make a fire and, put that, stuff in some sort of, piece of metal, some sort of metal tray or bucket or something.
Or we could just put it in the dragon's mouth and just set it on fire. Right? Because didn't the dragon like kind of roar and it's like
Oh, yeah.
mouth was open?
It did.
We could do that.
But that's, you think he did say boiled, so
That's true. Yeah.
just, lighting it on fire might not exactly.
I like do it.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're...
It seems like it needs to be heated for a period, you would assume.
Yeah,
We
I'm
need
going
to
to
find something for
stealthily
this.
look in the houses on the around the outside for a pot and for a flask-ish thing to put it in.
Sure. Give me a stealth check.
11 plus 6, 17.
So you search one of the first buildings that you come to, and it seems like a fisherman's hut. And there are definitely, buckets and that they might like bait buckets, buckets that they kept, containers that they kept fish in. There's plenty of wood in there. That's, it's a little bit rotted and stuff at this point for fires and things like that. It's a pretty stripped and bare. There's a lot of hooks and things hanging from the ceiling for fish to be hung upon. But you think you can probably scrounge whatever you need to make a small fire.
Perfect.
And put all that ooze in.
Perfect. I snag it and go back to the group.
All right. You guys have what you need?
We make a fire.
We can use your sword.
We use my sword to make a fire.
All right.
Draconis. Draconis.
There you go. Got to get your character voice right.
So while you guys are making this fire, that was a secret DM roll there. If you heard that, picked up on the mics. So you guys are on the other side of a hill, kind of hiding from these guys while you're making a fire, and you're cooking. You cut open these large sacks, and this like putrid, bright green bile pours out into this bucket. You all notice a stag on top of the hill, peering down, looking upon you while you're cooking.
Can I do a check to see if that's a real stag? I think I can tell the difference being a hunter if that is an actual creature, or if that is a druid, that is a stag.
I'm not sure what that would that be like an Arcana check?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Maybe
think they look the
survival?
exact same.
Yeah, I
look
don't
the
know if
same?
they're
I'm not sure.
distinguishable. I don't think they're distinguishable.
Do I get maybe an insight? Do I get a weird feeling from the stag?
How about an insight check?
11.
Seems like a deer.
V, shoot it with your bow. It looks like dinner to me.
Yeah, good idea.
No bow.
Yeah.
So it like a deer, it freezes and stares at you, and then eventually runs off.
Well,
I have a bad
whatever.
feeling about this.
Yeah, our plan doesn't change. So
Yep.
now they're just ready for us. But
So I have an idea. We can go to one of the buildings next to this building, and I can use my ring of telekinesis, and we could rub the potion. I could dump the potion on the dragon.
fine by me. As I say, I can just walk up the building because of my cloak. But
Yeah. I think
but
that
telekinesis is safe.
Well, I have limited range, 60 feet.
Oh yeah, so
So-
that would be up to Casey if it's close enough or not.
You'd have to sneak closer to it in order. Actually, you'd have to be on the roof of a different building in order to be able to kind of reach out for it.
I feel like you can be easier seen doing that. I feel being a spider going straight up.
It sounds so. We have what we think is the antidote, right?
Yeah.
Can you give us that?
Yes. So as it's cooking and boiling, it turns from a bright green to almost like a neon blue.
I could try sneaking up there again.
Let's
Oh,
just
on
let
the hill?
Ruckus.
I could try sneaking up to the building and climbing up and...
I can just walk up the wall with my because my cloak.
Yes.
I don't have to I can just walk up like it's the ground basically.
Well, we have... how far is the building within a distance where I would get the feeling that it's safe to leave the kids here with the adults and the three of us go over? Or how far away is this building from the building we're trying to get to with the dragon?
Well, there's another building probably within 50 feet of it.
Mm-hmm.
But you're probably talking about 400, 500 feet to get once you get around the hill to get to the buildings and to get to the warehouse. Is that it? Does that answer your question?
Yeah. No, I was just I wanted to make sure we weren't traveling like super far. Is this a one-man operation or are we going in as a team? Because if we're going in as a team, we need to leave the children secured here with Louise and the other two.
Yeah, I think we should do that. I think the children stay here with Louise, and then we all roll up and go along the outside of the building to the top.
Yep. Barricade yourself inside and only answer when you hear this, and I'll do a secret code like knock on something so that they know what I'm referring to, like dun 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 dun.
No, just open the door when you hear my voice, because my voice
Wait.
never changes.
Wait, you're trying to sneak them? Sorry, I missed something here.
I'm telling them to barricade themselves inside and
It's
only
inside
open
what? They're not. Everyone's just
The
on the other side of the hill.
The fishing room.
Everyone would have to make a stealth check in order to make it there before the druids would see them.
I thought we were already there. I am sorry.
No.
Okay.
So Matt, here's from the DM's view, I saw Matt run into that hut to grab the stuff, go back around the hill, and then you guys set up a little fire, cooked it, and then a stag saw you, and then now you guys are
Now we're
around
out in
that
the open.
fire. And
Okay.
you're just out in the open on the other side of a hill.
I misunderstood. All right.
Sorry, is that right? Does that seem right to everyone else's mind's eye?
That's what I got
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
it, yes.
Sorry,
Okay.
I misunderstood. That was me.
That's fine. I just want to make sure it's clear to everyone. We're on the same page. So that's where you guys are at.
I think the kids stay here, and the three of us stealthily climb up the outside and get the dragon. And if we fight druids, we fight druids.
Yep, I'll just charm them.
I honestly feel differently about it, but
All right, what do you want to do?
I'm thinking one person goes and the other two stay here with the kids.
No. I'm thinking we need all three of us. Three man mission.
Yeah.
And we can't do that hot dice again. We got lucky with that, Chuck, in the cave. Well, I don't think we'll be able to pull that again.
Speak for yourself. All right, fine. That's fine. If the majority group says that we do that, I will do that. So we're going to leave the kids there with the adults, and the three of us are going to try and sneak up to the building.
All right. So you guys, I imagine...
I'll douse the flame, too, like to get rid of it so that it's not showing their location too much. So,
who has the bucket?
Oh, the bucket of the venom or whatever.
I would say Ruckus has it.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Don't drink it.
So you guys go up. I imagine you want to take a look and check out and make sure, everything's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Do one last look out before you go over.
Sure.
V, with your ranger stealth and your elven eyes, you see a druid with a arrow and the bow notched, like just looking out over in the area of your campsite. Like he is standing on the petrified dragon's back, looking out for you guys.
What a turd.
So he hasn't seen us. He's just surveying the area.
Yes.
Or does it look...
Yeah,
okay.
He's waiting for something to come around where your campfire was so he can start firing at it. Oh. And he's about 300 feet away. It's not a good shot from where he's at.
Yeah.
But he's definitely trying to look out to where you guys had your campfire.
Yeah, he saw the smoke. Most likely.
That's fine. We had to do it.
I know, but I could have heated metal. I could have did that. I missed my chance.
Dude.
Yeah, I don't know if that would have boiled it. I don't know how that spell works and how long it lasts or if it boils.
I think it would have worked.
Yeah, could have.
Guess we'll never know.
Nope.
Gotta speak up, Robbie. That was perfect.
I only have 2 level 3 spell slots.
Okay.
So stingy.
Yeah, a little bit stingy here.
I'd rather use it to fight some druids.
I would cast Fog Cloud, but I feel like that would still reveal like something is coming and kind of set them off. Like,
I don't know. I kind of like that idea.
Do you?
They're looking out over the space, so you're going to have to either sweep wide around, go around past the hill behind them. You're going to have to figure out some better way to sneak because they have their eyes set.
I like Fog Cloud.
I like Fog Cloud.
You like that?
Do it.
All right.
First off,
So it's a concentration.
Tell the kids we're casting Fog Cloud so that they'll be ready.
I'm going to cast Fog Cloud. Be ready. Don't be alarmed. It's just us. So I'm going to create a 20-foot radius sphere of fog centered on a point within range. Can I just center it on myself?
No, it doesn't move with us.
So it's only 20 foot. That's what I mean. It's
Yeah,
like
20 feet's not very big.
It's not very
It's not
big
very
for this
big.
area. That's why I was just like, It's 120 feet casting range.
It's another 20 feet per higher level spell slot, though.
I did see that.
I was about to say, like, if you...
Can I cast it on the like where that guy is like aiming where he's at? He's too far away.
300
You can
feet
cast
away.
it between like the buildings and stuff, so you can have some cover as you're approaching the building.
Mm-hmm.
And again,
Can
or
I
if
cast
you-
it? Can I look at the angle that he's at and try and cast it like 120 feet in front of us to kind of distract him or whatever?
like in between. So I kind of assume you're almost like perpendicular to where he's at, on top of the hill, and he is looking towards kind of the end of the hill, looking. So if you're to his east, he'd be looking north, off the edge of the building. And you're talking about putting in between him and the north point he's looking at.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, you can do that.
I'll do that. I'll just cast. I'll cast Fog Cloud, as far as I can in between us.
And this is actually kind of near where that hut was, the fisherman's hut.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you, I don't know, we're sneaking around that building, that would be helpful.
Yeah. I feel like that would get his attention too. So.
I'm not sure what you're trying to do with this.
I'm not either.
And I'm not sure.
I don't
what
know.
you guys
I don't
are
like the
trying to do
fact
right
that
now.
it's 20. It's a 20-foot radius.
Yeah,
so
that didn't help.
and I can't keep it on.
I thought it would
on
make
myself.
like a big area.
It's
foggy.
not. It's not a big area.
Yeah.
I think that we just need to sneak this. So I'm just
Sounds
gonna,
good.
Is it tall grass or anything, or is it where we just like in open?
It's all kind of overgrown a bit,
Okay.
but it's not that tall.
Okay. I mean, I could always just walk up, just be like, "Hey, I found 2 of my friends. Do you mind if we rest here for a while?" They know who I am.
I think we're gonna fight them anyway. So
All
that's
right.
my guess. So
I think so too.
Okay, I'm just going to start. I'm going straight forward towards him. I'm going to try and sneak up as best I can. I'm sure I'm at a disadvantage since he's looking like straight in that direction.
So there was one. We saw one on top of the dragon, and then did we see any others?
The other one you don't see anymore.
You know, it just might be that they're ready for a monster. It doesn't mean that they're ready for a humanoid. So they could be standing at the ready because it thinks it's a big monster.
Now I'm worried that we should leave somebody with the kids.
That's what I was thinking too.
All right, I'm. You guys stay here. I'm taking it and just gonna jack it on the dragon.
Are you sure? You can handle this? Sure, it's a 2-man operation.
I mean, whatever.
So I would like to remind you, the druid is standing on the dragon in order to get a better vantage point.
He's going to see you coming.
Yeah, I've taken out one druid. I don't know, guys. I don't really want to leave the kids since we can't see the other ones.
I'll go.
All right, yeah, you can charm him.
Yeah, I'll go.
I say let's just stick to our original plan. We just go. Let's just do it. What are we afraid of? Why are we thinking about
We're
this?
afraid of the kids getting kidnapped.
I don't think you have an original plan yet. That's the problem.
It's so true. Oh man,
You guys don't.
The original plan was just go all 3 in.
Like from which angle? From what?
Okay, do you want to draw it? Because if you're talking about angles, yeah, you're right. We have no really vantage
I was
point.
saying straight on. That was what I was
you're
saying.
just gonna walk straight.
Yeah. I was going to take the risk. He's far away. If this hut is close by, then I would say I will cast Fog Cloud to allow the kids and everyone else to get inside of that hut. That is an idea that I have. And then
moving the position of the kids, I feel, is a good thing because we
to
made
a more secure area.
Yeah, and then I would feel
And then I
safer
would feel
leaving
more
the kids.
protected. I agree. That's what I was thinking.
What do you feel about that, Ruckus?
Well, let's wait for the drawing here.
Okay, so I have here a warehouse. This is the lake. This is all water over here in the lake. Another building here, a fisherman's hut north of it. Your fire was on the other side of the hill here. These dotted lines make the hill. You guys are kind of up over here looking at the warehouse. And this guy is at the end of the warehouse on top of the dragon looking up past the hut.
So you're saying swinging around the hill. And
So you guys
back
could
down, that
keep
would be
going
400
farther
feet.
south if you want to get to the warehouse.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's what I was trying to say. Like,
Okay.
he's looking north. He's the only one out there. If you wanted to keep going further south, you could probably go around him.
Where was the deer that we saw?
On this hill where you guys are now perched.
Okay.
And you guys are like kind of here on the hill.
Well, if he's
and
looking
then further north was,
Yeah.
where you had your fire.
I feel like if he's watching in that direction, we need to take the.
We were just
Stay
do you want
on
to
the
bring
hill.
everybody south.
I say we try and flank him with the group.
Why don't I just walk and I talk to the guy? Use my charm.
No, I say we travel as a group with the kids.
You could try to
On the hill.
stealth and get close and then charm him. And then have Matt, or have Ruckus climb up there and splat, throw the bucket of venom on the...
Be so much easier just do that.
All right, I'm in.
That seems like a plan.
All right, I'm doing it.
All right, so you're sneaking. You have to get what is your range on your charm?
Charm person.
Yes. Are druids really people though?
30 feet.
So
I gotta get pretty close. Yeah.
You have to basically climb up to the top of that building in order to charm him. So you have to
The
sneak
building
around.
next to him is what we're
The
saying.
warehouse. No, the warehouse he's on.
The warehouse he's on.
Yeah.
This is Ruckus. It's pretty long range for this. I don't know about this anymore.
We can do it. I have faith in you.
I go. Dang it! I go.
Do you want me to look?
All right, so-
Reid, are you sure? Do you want me to go?
I got this.
So I
I am
assume
a
you had,
Harpman. Let me tell you guys, if I die, name something after me. Like a tree or a road, anything. And And then I go.
All right. So I assume you head south to kind of go around to the back side of the warehouse?
Yes.
Right.
And
Going
then you're
south and
climbing
then
up
around. Then climbing up.
on the outside.
On the outside.
I mean, it's stone, so you can...
Friar, this doesn't feel right.
So Friar Ruck, where are you when this is happening?
I'm going with Reid Harpman.
Okay, and so you are hanging, like you're just climbing with him,
Yeah.
but you're waiting for him to do the charm.
And then I'm running up with the bucket of chum.
Okay, so you have the chum bucket, and you have you have that arachnid, what is it, the cloak?
Cloak, yeah. So I just walk on walls like I can walk on the floor.
Yeah, that's pretty rad. So, I mean, are you just like with your feet in one hand, or is it just like...
No, I'm just walking just straight. I'm walking on the
your-
floor,
just-
and then I just put another foot on the wall that's going upward and just keep going.
All right, and you're being very careful with this bucket with two hands on it.
With my bucket of chum, yeah.
Yeah. And then, B, where are you at this moment?
You staying with the kids, or I don't know. What are you doing?
Stay with the kids.
Just snipe from afar.
With you.
With your bow, Ranger. Ranger, use your bow to snipe from far away.
I envy the druid on the roof, and just like,
Ask the kids. Hey, does anyone have a bow?
does anyone have a bow in your bag?
Well, there's a baby bow.
I'll proceed with. I'll stay with the kids.
Yeah, I think that's a good choice.
All right, I like it.
So give me a stealth check, Reid and Ruckus.
13.
Robbie.
9.
It's not great. Bad start to the ops mission here.
I'm so nervous. My heart is racing. We don't have hot dice like you guys.
Yeah, we're normal people.
I still had an okay roll, I feel.
So a druid pops out of the back door of the warehouse, runs around the edge of the building with his bow drawn. Roll for initiative. Thanks for sinking your teeth into Crit Sandwich. I'm truly honored you spent time with us. We are Crit Sandwich on Facebook, at Crit Sandwich on Twitter. If you like our podcast, please give us a review on Apple Podcasts to help others find us. If you have any feedback or would like to contribute to our random game world chart, hit us up on social media or email us at critsandwichpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks.